All right, Cats, intro to the show.
What? No. Fucking hell. No. Just no. Okay, bye.
Hey, everybody, welcome to Let's Just Say It's Discord.
Jesus
All
Christ. You can't do that to me while I'm playing a stressful game like Coral Island, okay?
Yeah, and people
Holy
say I'm not
shit,
funny.
there's a woman here!
Ew, yeah.
I know. Yeah, we have a very diverse cast of hosts today.
Wow. Fuck off.
We're going woke, guys.
Despite allegations on Twitter, we love all races.
My God. I'm your token woman of color now.
Yeah.
Well, why don't we just throw you up
hold
on screen so we can...
I have never said I'm not racist. Because that's not for me to decide.
Well, hold on. Since we have Cats here, since Cats is on the show, why don't we throw her up on screen to prove to everyone?
No. Fucking hell.
Immediately turns off her camera.
Cats is like, I do not consent.
I regret not having shown you 2 middle fingers, because I have to make use of both of them.
Yeah,
because
spin your chair would actually do that without your permission.
Yeah.
That's good too. But you, to be fair,
we'll joke about it without your permission, but we won't actually do it without your permission.
I know. But you're also crazy, so I mean.
No. That's something I would maybe do. Rimshee wouldn't.
Yeah.
He's doing production.
Not to you, at least. There are absolutely some people I'd be like, fuck it. But not you.
Okay. Yeah, remember when we got that pedophile
is moderately stable.
Moderately stable?
Yeah, I do remember getting the pedo arrested in New Zealand. That was fun.
Yeah, that was a good time.
Yeah, that means that we have a better track record than Mama Max.
Oh. Wait, who's Mama Max?
It's a big YouTube drama thing.
Oh, I think I've seen some stuff about it. I just haven't.
Guy styled himself as the Predator Hunter. Never actually got any predators arrested.
Oh, yeah.
Okay. Well.
Rimshee and I just did
Discord, though.
Yeah, Rimshee and I just did the sensible thing. And talked to a guy and said, hey, we're live streaming this. We let him know. Claims he didn't hear us, but whatever.
It's in the recording.
Yep. And we sent that big chunk of evidence over to New Zealand authorities. Because the guy just liked to talk about it a lot.
Well, actually, we got him on drug charges.
Yeah. Because he was also...
And he... Yeah. And he happened to let slip by virtue of the fact that we were talking about someone who happened to be underage, and he revealed that information. We're like, oh, shit. Well, now this is definitely going to the cops.
Yeah, there was somebody in our server that was like 16 at the time, and he was trying to get her to visit him. Yeah, so... Not good.
No. That was what, 3 years ago? 4 years ago? No, that had to be longer than that.
Yeah, that was like 2017, 2018.
I was going to say, this month is going to be my 4th year with the show.
Oh, we weren't on the show at the time.
Well,
we were doing the show, but we weren't on the show at the time.
This was back when YouTube still did the
Hangouts?
Yeah.
Yeah. I've been around since 2018, like February or something. So yeah.
Yeah.
You
the
sure?
whole
Shit,
pandemic
man.
messed up my timeline so much.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Do you all remember that Google Hangout? I think it was Jables originally. But like we were all
Yeah.
in there, and then that guy came in and kicked us all out and started streaming porn.
Yeah.
Which is so dumb. Like, how the
I don't know. Good troll. Whatever. I'm not mad at it. It was annoying to
Yeah,
deal
that
with
one
the
at least
time, but-
required some effort.
Yeah.
that was a failure on Google's part. That was understanding the system. It wasn't low effort, come in, say bad words.
Yeah.
The thing is that like other people that were in that call found him really quickly.
hmm And no, we did not dox him.
He just wasn't as smart as he thought he was.
But information was shared amongst the group.
Allegedly.
Yeah,
It was a
allegedly.
doxing server.
No, nothing was made public. It was all private, just shared amongst the group that was affected.
Ah, yeah, the Doc's holiday days.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It was right around that time too, I think.
I think so. Yeah.
What?
Oh, so in that Harry Potter Discord,
Mhm.
we've only had to ban one person so far.
Hmm.
He was sending some very inappropriate messages to the female members of the server.
Oh, one of those.
Is that what it
guys.
takes to get banned on that server?
Asking
He
for a friend.
went like full Striegel.
Ooh.
Oh.
Ooh, okay, that's bad. Yeah.
Ooh.
So
You never go
creepy
full Striegel.
poetry. Got it.
Half naked as well.
Yeah.
Look at my muscles. Oh, it's all flab.
Nobody's been explicit with me with things that he sent, but they have said he sent some images. So I'm like, probably sent a dick pic. Yeah.
That is not bueno.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's not how you get a girlfriend.
That's ban worthy. Don't be a fucking creep.
Yeah.
If you're gonna send dick pics, make sure they're Dick Cheney, Dick Tracy, Dick Van Dyke.
Yeah. If you look through the rules for that server, there's a bunch of rules that's like, why would anybody do that? And it's all based on that dude.
Yeah, when the server has to rewrite the rules because of you, you fucked up.
Well, there weren't even any rules set at that point. Like, the server was pretty new, and I kept bugging the guy that owns it, like, hey, we need to make some rules. Let's sit down and like hash some stuff out. Here's a copy of the rules for Jeff's server. I don't know if you want to use these or not, but this is like an example of some rules that we.
I think we run a pretty effective ship
Yeah.
most of the time.
And I sent him a copy of the mod rules that we have there. That server's still like really small, so it's like there's time to adjust,
Yeah.
do stuff.
He's eventually he's gonna want mod procedures actually written out because that's a good standard.
Well,
Yeah.
the thing is with the show upcoming, anybody that's doing Harry Potter content has a chance to blow up right now. So
Yeah.
Yeah, he just hit 1,000 subscribers like the other week. So
a lot of YouTubers say that's the main hurdle. If you can get to that point, you can start growing.
yeah, it's 1,000. Well, because that's when YouTube can make money off of you, so they'll recommend you more often. And then 10,000 is the next big hurdle. All right.
Never get big, and that's okay.
I'm fine with it. I just like doing this.
Like quite
Yeah,
literally,
as
we've
I've
done this
said multiple
without an
times in the
audience before.
past, It's like, if none of you show up, we're still going to be here because this is the time of week that we talk to each other anyway.
And we've
Which
proved
we
it.
have done that in the past. 0 people watching, and we just did the show anyway.
Yeah, thanks,
And-
Jeff, asshole.
And we completely forgot about the audience count in that entire episode too. Up until like
Yeah.
halfway through or the end or something like that. It was like, oh wow, we really have no one watching right now.
Yeah. Yeah, it was like, wait, nobody's talking in chat. What's going on? Oh, it's just us. All right. This is just a Discord call.
Anyway.
But speaking of the Harry Potter show that's coming up, Rimshee, could you throw that image on the screen?
Yeah, let me just make sure that it's... Oh, the image. Yeah, here we go. Bubba.
So, I was browsing for news articles, and what you see circled there is Harry Potter TV series cast announced. What the actual title of that article was: Harry Potter cast members rumored. Why you gotta do this to me, Google? Why you gotta be dishonest? When I saw that, I got really excited. And I opened up the article and I got really disappointed.
It was
Which
just
will
like,
happen.
betrayed me.
Yeah. For no reason. They could have said rumored Harry Potter cast, and I still would have clicked on it. But you got me excited for
This
nothing.
bullshit.
Yeah. Yeah, they had like Adam Driver to play Snape and shit. No, that's not happening.
Well, that would have been a decent choice.
It would be a decent choice, but based on everything that I've seen, they want to go with a mostly unknown cast.
Get the next Luke Skywalker.
Yeah.
They want to find the next Luke Skywalker.
Yeah.
Well, no, they want to find the next Harry Potter. Nobody knew about.
You know
Daniel
what I
Radcliffe
mean.
until then.
It was... He's kind of saying that like Mark Hamill kind of was one of the guys that set that sort of precedent where it's just like nobody knows who that dude is until he does one role.
Yeah, he was going with inexperienced, well, not inexperienced, but unknown actors because he could pay them less, and they figured, well, we'll throw Henry Ford in there, not Henry Ford, Jesus,
Henry.
Harrison.
Okay, so I actually
Harrison
know the story
Ford.
behind this. So George Lucas's main thing is that he didn't like working with the same actors multiple times when he was first starting out.
Which makes sense.
You know, like he was very reluctant to just bring people back. And actually, one of the people who originally auditioned for the role of Han Solo was Kurt Russell. You see, Harrison Ford had already worked with George on American Graffiti. But he liked his performance in that movie so much, liked working with him so much, that he ended up asking him to audition for Han Solo, and he got the part.
Alright.
Sometimes it's not what you know, it's who you know. Which, perfectly reasonable in that case. I don't think anyone else could have played Han Solo better.
And then, of course, him and Steven Spielberg are like, hey, we got this other project called Indiana Jones. You think you want to try for that, too? And another icon was born.
Harrison Ford is just such like a, yeah, sure, why not kind of guy. It's like,
I'm not doing anything better.
Well, he like, by his own admission, he said he didn't understand. He's like, you know, like, I'm not all that great looking. Like, my nose has been broken more than once, and you can tell.
well, still a better nose than Owen Wilson.
Ooh.
That, yeah.
That's
To
a
be fair, that's
shame.
another nose that's been broken more than once.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Wow.
Goes,
Wow.
a couple of times. It makes you wonder, like, is that kind of mean and not very nice?
What?
Well, because if you get punched in the face and your nose is broken, they must have said something to deserve that. You don't just get punched in the face randomly.
Yeah, you
I
do.
mean,
I
It's
don't know,
happened
I
to me
got mugged
before.
once. It's like,
Okay.
I've been punched in the face before without having any reason for it to happen. Didn't break my
Sure.
nose, but, yeah.
You went
Absolutely.
to Smart
when he
ass.
was up here in Seattle, I punched him in the face.
yeah. I've never been punched in the face. I had a dude kick me in the ribs while I was on my knees getting something out of my locker because he was a bitch.
Yeah.
Ouch.
Well, the thing is he didn't even manage to hit me that hard because I just stood right up and looked at him.
I don't think I've ever been straight up punched in the face.
I've been hit in the face with a bat before.
Ow.
That sucks.
Yeah.
I'm still sorry about that, dude.
Yeah, why were you sneaking into Rimshee's house? You know he has bats.
No, he was sneaking into my house. He used my bat.
Yeah. Yeah.
He was trying to find Skup's Lucky Charms.
This ain't the end of the rainbow, kid. You gotta look somewhere else. Sorry. You don't find no pot of
Apparently.
gold. Yeah?
Apparently, Rimshee didn't like that answer.
Wait, what?
Oh, have you? Have you guys been watching the live action Avatar?
Not yet. I plan to, but I just haven't gotten to it.
I've done
watched,
some
like,
more delving
10 minutes.
into it.
Dina and I
And
got
I
to
really-
like episode.
I really don't like some of the characterization choices that I've seen.
It seemed pretty good up until episode 4. It kind of fucked up.
Yeah, it did a little bit. I don't want to spoil it for anyone, but I was disappointed there. But that was really my only disappointment. What happened there? Everything else was okay.
Yeah, I'm gonna still keep watching it, see how it is moving forward. But yeah, Dina's fucking pissed about episode 4.
Yeah, because my
Yeah.
husband watched that whole series back to back, like in a week or so, and it's good stuff. The first live action movie was awful.
That
So-
doesn't
We don't talk
exist.
about that.
That's
We
just
don't. Yeah, we don't talk about
we
that.
only refer to it as the Ramalama Ding Dong episode.
Yeah.
Dude, it is Ramalama Ding Dong. Sorry for my bad impression.
Yeah. I mean, let me just say this about that episode. It's the episode when you meet King Boomy.
Yeah.
They botched it so bad.
Yeah, they really
Everything up until then, it's like fine. You want things to be a little darker, grittier, more dramatic, less cartoony. That's fine. I don't care about that. It was fine. And then just the whole thing with King Boomy, just
Well,
no.
here's what I know about King Boomy from having watched the actual animated show. He is a goof, much more of a goof than you're supposed to realize at first. So if they're not making him a goof,
Yeah,
they're already fucking up.
Well, in the show he basically pulls a Yoda.
Yeah.
Like that whole big goofy shit. That's all an act. It's a test.
Yeah.
I mean, it's still part of his personality, but he plays it up as part of a test.
Yeah, he's way more relaxed.
In the show, Aang recognizes him as Boomy like right off the bat.
That's no.
Doesn't
That's
go
not.
through the test.
No.
Yep. That's how they botched it.
Yeah.
Then yeah, no, Boomy's not Boomy.
Mm,
He's generic ruler
no.
A.
And
No,
that's like,
the actual character of
One of my-
Boomy is still there, but but they wrote it in that Aang recognizes him right off the bat, which is dumb.
yeah, that's one of the main characterization issues for the main cast is that like Aang is too mature in my opinion.
Okay, that's fair.
Like I said, I haven't seen it,
Just
so
like
I
a
can't
lot
pass
of his
judgment.
personality from the cartoon show is kind of gone.
Yeah.
Yeah, but I think that's kind of on purpose because it's not a cartoon. It's
Also, like-
essentially a different medium.
I love how everybody like oh like we're removing Sokka's like sexism thing that became like an article for
It's
a while.
still kind of there.
I mean, it's still kind of there, but like I feel like by downplaying it, they kind of fucked over other characters unintentionally.
Well, that was Sokka's
You know,
whole arc.
well,
was
mainly-
being not sexist.
Mainly Suki. With Suki, like they kind of fuck her over in this.
Yeah, she was like
'Cause
just
it goes
straight up
from, like-
smitten with Sokka. And,
Yeah,
like,
it's like
it's
it goes
supposed to
from
be the
him
other
learning
way
not
around.
to be such a sexist pig by interacting with her to her basically being like, "Oh, you're actually pretty great. Can I jump on your nuts?" It's like, wait, what the fuck?
yeah.
Yeah, it's supposed to be the other way
That's-
around,
that-
if anything.
Mm.
Well, that's the thing is like, in order to get rid of sexism, they made a stereotypical sexist depiction out of Suki, and it's like, how do you do that?
Yeah, possibly one of the most powerful women in that entire series.
Also,
Right.
I'm also a bit confused by them making Kyoshi like the main avatar that Aang interacts with.
Yeah,
I mean, I
He
know
should
she's
be-
really popular, but
but he always interacted with Roku.
yeah, Roku they
interacted
take
with
a lot less
Kyoshi,
seriously, it seems like.
Like his first interaction with Kyoshi was that one episode where they essentially put Kyoshi's quote unquote crimes onto him.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Reincarnation means you are just as guilty, even though you are technically an entirely separate person.
Yeah. Yeah, but Rimshee, the
There's
show does actually follow the timeline kind of well. They fudge some stuff up, but
Well,
I
you're
mean,
gonna
some
have to.
things aren't there. Like, they basically entirely skip the Northern Air Temple.
yeah, they did do that.
To be fair, there's plenty of stuff in that show that was just one-off episode, only applied to that specific instance, and it never gets referenced again.
Yeah,
Northern
they kinda
Air
rushed
Temple, you can
through-
Northern Air
They
Temple,
rushed-
you can kind of say falls on that, but it is important.
Yeah. Well, no, they still have those characters still exist. They're just not at the Northern Air Temple.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But
Which
because
I'm kind of okay with. They're no Mashu.
part of the issue with it is that when you're going from an animated half-hour episode 20 whatever episode series to 8 1-hour episodes, yeah, technically you've got an extra 20 minutes to accomplish the to accomplish the same thing. But
They're kind of combining 2 to 3 episodes at a time.
exactly, you've got to combine stuff, which means that you don't have the same definitive this is set in stone that you do in the half-hour episodes. It's a little harder to translate it.
Yeah, the
Well, my
only thing
is,
that's
I just
actually
don't
made
like
me
how they've chosen to condense some of the plot lines. It just doesn't make sense how they combine some of them, in my opinion.
the only thing
It's
that's
like if you have
really-
about the same amount of time,
Yeah. The only thing that's really made me angry so far is just the whole meeting of King Boomy thing. It's just that's just not it. King Boomy's supposed to be a maniacal genius, and they just don't show that.
And there's just like various other things, you know, like removing Katara, training Aang in waterbending. That was a choice. I can kind of understand bringing Ozai in a little earlier, but I'm not sure why Azula is here.
Yeah.
Also, like having this angle where it's like, oh, you know, like Zuko's like the favorite child. It's like, no, that's not never how that worked.
Why would Zuko be the favorite child? That does not make any sense.
Well, the way they're kind of trying to play is like, oh, Ozai is doing that to like motivate Azula, but she was always his favorite.
How
He
far
was
are you
his
into the
perfect
series?
child.
And how like apparently she's like supposed to be like this sort of like they're kind of like playing like, I guess trying to make her more sympathetic, but Azula's a psychopath.
Well, wait, hold on, sir. How far are you into the series right now?
I have more knowledge about what's happening in it overall
Okay.
at the moment.
Because I've only seen up to episode 4, so I haven't seen too much of Zula yet.
I'm going based purely off the animated series.
Yeah. What?
Also, that thing where Sokka and Katara end up going with Aang into the spirit world. It's like, wait, what? Huh?
That was abridged. Don't worry about it.
How?
Spoilers.
Oh, sorry.
Yeah. I think I need to go to bed. Y'all have a good night.
All right, have a good one, Scott.
Good night.
I know I've seen.
I'm gonna stop talking now because I'm gonna start ranting, and I should probably just quit.
Get a
while
little
I'm
too
ahead.
deep into it. So
All
I
I'm gonna
saw
say is
something-
that I can understand why fans of the animated series are upset.
Yeah. Oh, I totally get that. I'm trying to view it as its own thing, and it still
Trying.
upsets me. Yeah.
Trying is the key word.
Yeah, like, yeah, the whole Boomy thing just really pisses me off. Anyways, another serious thing. Harry Potter TV series are going to announce the writers in June or July. I forget which. It's one or the other.
Oh, it's over there. Yeah. Which, boo! Bad Google.
Yeah, bad Google. Yeah, no. I don't know why they would have a cast without having writers first. I don't know what's going on with that.
That's become a lot more common in Hollywood, unfortunately.
Yeah,
It's come
Hollywood.
out multiple times now that, especially with like Marvel stuff, that they've started shooting the movies without having a script,
Why?
which is insane.
Without having
That
a
doesn't make
script or
sense.
without having a completed script.
Like sometimes they just start shooting before the script is done.
Before it's done is one thing. Because at least you have scenes that you understand kind of where they're going to go. But without a script would be absolutely insane. But also very Hollywood.
Yeah, unless they just want to film like some just like superhero landing shots or something like that. I understand that. Let's just get those out of the way.
Yeah, but here's
Like,
the question.
focus on the story
How
later.
how do you film those without knowing where they're happening?
For example,
It-
like
it's doing all of the trope shots before. That
I can't
it's
remember
going to
exactly
happen.
now, but it
That's it.
came out that the script for the Black Widow movie was written in like 12 days, which is unacceptable.
Yeah.
Okay, to be fair, and playing devil's advocate here, you could have an amazing script written in one day. So time frame is not really a true factor, but based on what
How-
we've fucking seen, you're not gonna
Yeah,
get
like, how
an
many-
actual script in a short
How
amount
many
of time.
people were working on it? Because if there's a whole
No,
writer's
it was-
room, then like you could definitely whip out a pretty good script.
Yeah, no.
No, actually, the more people you have
Also-
working on it, the less good the script is likely to be in a short amount of time.
I'm not saying a full writer's room. I'm saying like if you have like 4 people working on it.
Also, like we know now that like the kind of the case, at least with Marvel, like Disney and Marvel, is that they don't hire directors, they cast them.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Unfortunately.
Like the director is basically just a name
Mhm.
attached to the project at this point. And a lot of these people have never directed major motion pictures before.
Which I'm not necessarily against, but it depends.
Some of the best movies of God, ancient times at this point, Jesus fucking Christ. But some of the best some of the best movies of yesteryear were written by a single person or maybe 2 people who had an idea and went for it. Nowadays, you're lucky to have a movie that hasn't been touched by at least half a dozen people.
Yeah. Cannibal the Musical was a college film project. Great.
Oh, it's fantastic.
Yeah.
My favorite sound clip though was like it was the writer for Multiverse of Madness. Like they were doing like an interview with him. And he says in the interview, it's like, yeah, it's like I had no idea. And this is while they're filming the movie, mind you. He's like, I had no idea what the third act was gonna be. I'm like, what do you mean?
Yeah, it's having no idea, that's unacceptable. Not
Well, I
having
mean-
it fully written out, that's okay.
We need to go to the day when Goodwill Hunting was being passed around. They threw in a gay sex scene in the middle of the script to see if the people were actually reading it.
Yeah. Or like South Park when they were making their movie. They just made it way worse than they actually wanted it to, so that they could cut things out. Because get the R rating.
But yeah, like that's why, like Animaniacs and like other things like that, it's just like, we'll just throw all these other really bad jokes at the censors and hopefully the stuff that we actually want will get through.
Yeah, because it makes the other stuff seem not that bad in comparison. So
That or like they're so focused on the other thing that they completely miss ones. Most famous one probably being Fingerprints.
I was just thinking of bringing that one up.
such a good joke.
Oh, so amazing.
It is perfectly executed. Just not. It's like, I don't think so. Throws it out the fucking hole.
Yeah. Are
Oh,
you guys
good
having
times.
Connection issues with like Twitch chat?
I'm not,
No?
well, I can't tell. I'm not there right now. I'm cooking.
Okay.
I don't. But then also Twitch chats pretty much Just Dina, which is
Yeah.
amazing still, because Dina's amazing, but still.
No, it like Twitch chat keeps disconnecting for me, so I just have a bunch of
Yeah.
welcome to the chat room showing up.
Yeah.
No, I don't have
I think
that
one of the
issue.
main, as far as I'm concerned, one of the main plagues when it comes to writing in Hollywood is that no one redrafts anymore.
No one reads the script, even. The only people who read the script are the ones who are actually trying to make it. And of those people, you've got the actors who are going, oh man, this is shit, but I gotta do it to get a paycheck. Or you got the ones that are going, oh man, this is great. I don't know what I'm talking about.
Like, if you
they're,
meet,
they're
if
buying,
you
they're
meet
buying
a writer,
concepts. They're
or-
buying concepts, not good stories.
Yeah.
if you meet a writer who tells you without a hint of shame, it's like, oh, I never rewrite any of my stuff. I never redraft my scripts. It's like, you should probably consider not being a writer anymore.
We never edit our streams.
Not rewriting, not redrafting a script once in a while is not a huge issue, depending on what's going on. The bigger issue is never doing it. You may have the perfect draft on the first go-through. Perfectly, statistically possible, just not likely, but possible.
Yeah.
To do that with every
was one of the
single one of
things-
your scripts is not even remotely possible.
That was one of the things with the writer's strike. Like, it used to be the writer would be on set and see how this plays out, and then they might rewrite some lines to fit the delivery of the actor that's playing the character. You know.
But now we have the case where people are still actively writing the movie as it's being filmed.
I'm not necessarily. I don't care about that as much. If they have
Well, I'm just
zero
saying, like,
idea,
from
that's
a
what I have a problem with. But if they have the
From a business perspective, though, this is why Hollywood lately has ended up with so many reshoots.
I'm okay with it. It's like I'm okay with reshoots. It's the same as like a delayed game. Take more time on it. Make it good.
But the issue with reshoots
No,
is just that
that the problem is that reshoots cost money. A lot.
the issue with reshoots
Not
is
as
they've went
much
through the
anymore
first
because they all
go.
record on digital now, so they cost a lot less now.
They
Not
they
really.
cost less in film, but you still got to get the actors, you still got to get the crew, you still got to get the equipment, and you got to get it all on location. That's where the majority of that price is these days.
Yeah.
And when you're talking reshoots, you're not talking, okay, we've already have a planned schedule to take care of these scenes. You're talking, all right, we've finished that schedule. Now we have to put in new scheduling to get everyone out there. We have to make sure they're all able to show up, which was a issue with the Man of Steel, and part of why his jaw looks so fucking disgusting.
Yeah.
Jelly lip.
Because he had to have
Jelly
facial
lip
hair for
Superman.
another movie. And so, prime example of why, yeah, reshoots when necessary, sure. The issue is you want to avoid those.
Yeah.
And the poor VFX people.
Oh god, yeah.
Hey. Cheers to them.
Everything's just,
Got your
let's
work
do it
cut
in
out for
post
you,
these
bud.
days. What? Everything's just, we'll fix it in post. We'll fix it in post.
Yeah. Yeah.
Because they have the
DC
budget.
Dungeon with you.
That seems to
They
be the catchphrase in Hollywood now. We'll fix it in post.
Yeah.
Okay. And
Part of that is they just have too big of budgets.
Editing does make the movie, but still, you can't rely on that.
Yeah. Budgets.
They
in Hollywood
just
are out of
have-
control right now.
Yeah, it's insane. Because of the size of the budget, they figure, okay, we can push through all this stuff, and we can save enough money that fixing it in post is feasible, but they end up with a shittier product. They're not trying to be creative to capture this one scene that's cheaper and more... Pardon me. That's
Yeah.
cheaper and more effective. they're
Well,
trying to
that's what
just
makes-
push through, throw money at it. We don't have to be creative. We just have to make it look good.
Yeah.
Or good enough for the
But that's only
VFX and the after.
sustainable. That's only sustainable if you're getting a return on your investment. They're not anymore.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I especially since nobody buys movies like DVD sales. It's not non-existent. It's
Like, honestly,
there's a
some
lot
of the
movies
best.
that made money that made money on the back end with DVD sales, like Super Troopers. Box office failure. Once it hit DVD, every college kid bought it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You know, like
Honestly, they
just
got to
last year, we had
reduce
one
that
of the
budget.
Worst examples. One of the worst examples we had last year was Indiana Jones and the Dial of Destiny. After reshoots, the production budget on that movie was like just over $300 million, which is insane. And then you have to factor in marketing budget. And then you have to factor in the fact that every theater that you release it into takes a cut. Because the theater got to make money too.
And
This
what did
movie
it
was never
gross?
going to make its money back.
Dina,
It was
Dina has a
never
great
gonna make
point.
back.
Dina has a great point in the chat. One of the most memorable scenes in the movie, the horse riding scenes in Monty Python and the Holy Grail. Yeah, and they did the coconuts because they couldn't afford horses, and it became one of the
Yeah.
funniest bits ever.
Oh yeah,
And that's
some of
thing
the
is that, like,
best movies. Some of the best movies in
constraints-
history.
Constraints
make you
spur
get
creativity.
creative. Yeah.
Some of the best movies in history. In fact, most of the best movies in history did not have these massive budgets. The only time having these massive budgets comes in handy for the actual film is when the vision is clear and everything goes really fucking well. And it's not often that either of those things happen. You're talking something like and this one might not be the best example, but it's the first one that comes to mind. Top Gun Maverick. There are plenty of issues with that movie. Plenty.
Yeah.
But it was a passion project as much as it was a big budget film.
Yeah.
Well, I'll use one of my favorite movies of all time. Granted, this is not adjusted for inflation, but 1979, Ridley Scott's Alien. The production
God, yeah.
budget, the entire production budget for that movie, $11 million.
Well, what's
That film still looks good.
Yeah, adjusted for inflation, what is that now? Would that be a inexpensive movie that did good, or an example of a big budget that did good?
Inflation calculator. How much was it?
11 mil.
$11 million.
In what year?
1979.
I'm gonna go 78 because that's probably when it was filmed.
I would have said 80 to give it a an even worse possibility.
Alright, so $11 million, it's followed by 6 zeros. And can we do 2024? No, it only goes up to 2023, whatever. That would have been 51,380,773. So
Yeah, so slightly over what Joker was made for a few years ago.
yeah.
And you have to also factor that in its initial run, Alien made 7 times its production budget.
Yeah. Cannibal the Musical made for like $100 because they were college kids.
Yeah. When your actors and your directors and all your crew are college students participating in a class project.
Yeah.
You don't need as big of a budget.
I mean, the movie that still to this day has the biggest like return on investment is the Blair Witch Project.
Oh, I would have thought Evil Dead.
Now, Blair Witch Project makes sense. They basically paid they got handheld cameras and basically paid actors to improvise all the shit. They had a basic outline.
Yeah.
And that was about it. Here's what you're doing today. Don't tell any of the other people what you're doing today, unless it says otherwise. Go run around in the woods.
Yeah.
We'll collect the film later and edit it.
And
most of their budget was
they were
in
one of
the editing.
First examples. Well, yeah, and like one of their first they were one of the first examples of a viral marketing campaign.
Yeah.
Because almost all the marketing for the film was done online.
Yeah. Oh, what's another really good one that was made super cheap? Oh, Paranormal Activity. But that's kind of in the same lane as Blair Witch Project.
Yeah.
But still, you know, it was made relatively cheap.
Yeah.
The first Saw movie wasn't overly expensive. I think its total production budget was like $1 million, and it made $100 million.
Yeah. Oh, we can go really old school. 12 Angry Men. One from the 60s or 50s. All one room. Well, sorry. It starts in the courtroom, but the rest of the entire movie is just one room.
Yeah. At that point, you're primarily paying for the actors.
By the way,
an example.
I rewatched that recently. Still holds up. Great movie.
Oh yeah.
Another
Excellent.
example of of one of those rare movies with a bigger budget that actually is a decent movie. Jurassic Park.
Yes.
The only
Jurassic
reason
Park,
Yeah, Jurassic Park is great.
Jurassic Park actually, in part, progressed paleontology because they wanted to make sure the dinosaurs looked right.
And they still got it wrong, but
Yeah.
you know, whatever.
Well, they got it right in the
We
movements.
didn't have that information.
Yeah, they didn't.
Yeah.
But they got the movements. They got the
They were as-
movements more accurate.
Well, the Velociraptors
They were
are
about as
very wrong.
accurate.
Oh yeah.
Well, it's because they're not Velociraptors. They're way too big to be Velociraptors.
I know.
Yeah.
That's why I said they were way wrong.
In fact, the raptors in Jurassic Park are closer to Utah raptor in size, which is one of the largest specimens that we know of Dromaeosaurs.
Yeah, but most Velociraptors were about the size of a turkey.
Yeah, and they're from Mongolia.
Yeah.
But Jurassic Park is a movie that I always bring up when, like, how to do CGI correctly.
Yeah. They used
enhanced the
CGI
practical
where they
effects.
had to. They used it
was
primarily
enhance
to
the practical
enhance,
effects.
and when they couldn't use practical to do the job.
Mhm.
For example, the car chase scene where the T-Rex is chasing them. Couldn't use it there. Still holds up pretty decently though.
Yeah, but they
Yeah,
also purposefully
also
made
work
it
a lot
in the
with-
dark.
Yeah.
Yeah, they work with lighting. They use rain.
Mhm.
They use all this stuff to like mask and blend.
Yeah, they make it so that you technically can't see it clearly.
They use the old trick of, well, that didn't go according to plan, but it worked even better than we thought. For example, when the T-Rex comes down on the skylight and the glass pops out and the kids are actually screaming, going, "Ah!"
Mhm.
No, not in the script, but it made it in the fucking movie, just like with Jaws. Jaws!
Oh,
There's
I didn't even
another
know
one!
that. I didn't even know that wasn't supposed to happen. Those kids did a great
No,
job.
it wasn't. Yeah, well, those kids were
Yeah.
actually scared at that point.
Yeah.
But it's just like with
'cause
Jaws.
This
They-
big animatronic head just smashes through the fucking sunroof. It's like, oh,
Yeah, but
fuck.
their instincts to just like hold up the glass and like push against it was great. You know.
Yeah, the reason why Jaws ended up being the movie it was is because the fucking shark didn't work.
Yeah,
Yeah,
shark
the
didn't
shark looked
work.
like
They were
shit.
having so many issues with the shark not working that they could only use it for certain shots because it would just fail the rest of the time. And when they were dragging the lady around in the start of the movie, they had a rope around her. They ended up breaking one of her ribs, and that's why that seemed so viscerally real. She's actually in pain and screaming.
Yeah.
Well, you did a great job. Oh,
Spielberg
you're
would go
actually
on to
hurt?
say-
We're still gonna put it in there.
Because Spielberg, he insisted on filming this entire movie on the open ocean.
Mhm.
He said later, it's like, I will never do that again. That was such a mistake. I have no idea what I was thinking.
Yeah.
Which is why The Abyss was filmed in a controlled location. But that didn't exactly
If
help
anything, I was going to say, if you've seen Critical Drinkers production hell on The Abyss, that shoot was a nightmare.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, like, even look at Titanic. The in the water scenes mostly filmed in like a kiddie pool.
Yeah. Well, maybe not a kiddie pool, but definitely not an actual body of water.
Well, it's because James Cameron had done The Abyss previous to that and learned a lot of lessons, especially after he nearly drowned.
Yeah.
Yeah. James Cameron's a maniac.
Yeah, he's a bit of a, shall we say, perfectionist. But this is also a man who has literally gone and
I love that South Park episode when it was right around when James Cameron was like breaking the record for like deepest dive in a single man submarine.
I was about to talk about that.
And South Park made this whole episode about how he lowered the bar. Or the bar was he was trying to raise the bar. That's what it was. Because the bar had gotten so low, it was so deep in the Marianas Trench. Yeah. Good episode. Watch South Park, guys. I don't know. I don't feel like it gets enough love.
You're probably right.
They've just been kicking ass for the last like 30 years.
And here we have Catch just quietly sitting in the corner.
Yeah.
Yeah, feel free to chime in anytime.
No, I probably need to go soon because work tomorrow, and I have a
What
gym
is-
appointment at 9.
Work
Which is
tomorrow, or
dumb
is
as
Jeff
fuck.
streaming soon?
It's the actual work. I have so much grading to do, and I've not done most of it. So,
Oh,
Yeah.
okay.
so shitty essays by students. Hooray!
Well, kids, I got drunk after reading all of your crap that I didn't actually put a grade on any of it. You
No,
all get the
see,
lowest possible grade.
I got drunk on Thursday, Friday, and yesterday to not grade. Yeah, the consequences of my own actions. Fuck it.
Whatever.
Yeah, but yeah,
You
it's,
are
I
a
mean,
victim
it's
of the
like-
consequences of your own actions.
Yeah, indeed, I'm a victim. Such a victim.
This is
yeah,
victim
it's-
blaming.
Yeah, I'm blaming myself. Yeah, that makes sense.
Alcoholism is a disease.
It is
You're sick. It's not your fault.
truly. Well, I'm surrounded by people that make me drink, so I mean,
No, you're not.
Don't talk about Jables that way. He doesn't make
No,
you
it's-
drink. He just makes you want to drink.
Yeah, because I'm over here having a great time.
I'm glad. Yeah, no, it's 11:30 almost, so I am gonna dip. But I'll join the stream on my phone and probably just fall asleep.
She's gonna fall asleep to the sound of our voices.
I
It-
don't know
it
how.
What
has
fucking
happened
nightmares
before.
are you gonna have tonight?
No, it's happened many times before, especially with the Friday slot.
Mm-hmm.
But then I'd randomly wake up in the middle because one of you just like laughs like a maniac, and it's usually it's Sir, because once Sir starts laughing, like yeah,
Yeah,
it
he's got
just-
that hearty laugh.
his voice travels.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah,
And so I have
I
woken
have
up
no
again,
issue
like
with projection.
with my phone in my hand, like near my head, and I'm like, okay, I need to like turn it all off now.
I mean, it was especially bad when I was in school. Like being in those small classrooms, they just kind of work to amplify my voice even more.
Oh yeah.
So I'd start talking and the entire class would go quiet.
I have
Yeah.
the exact. I had the exact opposite. I start talking and everybody ignored me.
What are you saying, Jables?
Yeah, exactly.
Huh?
It's made for some good times at the bar though. When I'm just sitting at like the back table and somebody else is sort of taking up all the attention, and I'm just whispering jokes into my buddy's ear right next to me. Yeah, good times. And then nobody knows why he's laughing, and
That's
he's
always
just
good.
losing his shit. Yeah, those are some of my favorite moments.
Yeah. We'll buy cats.
Yeah, have a good night.
Yeah, have a good one.
Take care.
We try to.
Rimshee, who's supposed to join our Discord? Dina?
I don't know. I'm just hit a button.
Alright.
I don't know. Maybe there's someone in the fucking audience who wants to join. I don't fucking know. It's not like they're typing in chat. It's just Dina and Katz, and now Katz is gone.
Maybe I should share this show with some of the Harry Potter group.
Mm. I don't know how
I
much
know
they
a couple of
appreciate
them
us.
who would instantly refuse when they find out I'm on it.
Yeah, it is. Yeah, like when you came in to
shit,
help
man.
with the bot. Like,
Yeah.
I'm not gonna say her name, but like she
If
was
they
just
don't
like, "Oh, great, it's him." It's like, Jesus Christ. Sorry, we managed
I'm
another
just saying,
server.
man.
Like, we're just
If
trying
they
to help
don't-
with a bot. I
if they
don't
don't
think
like
you need to
Rimshee-
have. I don't think you need to have animosity towards Rimshee because he's trying to help with a bot. Because
Yeah, she
Rimshee's
hates
set up
me
bots in
because
another
I'm
server.
pro-gun. Literally, that's
I-
the only reason.
Yeah, no,
Or at
I
least
went and
that's her
found-
current justification.
I went and found that conversation. It's like,
Yeah.
Try me in a voice
But I'm
chat.
just saying.
You have no fucking idea. I'm not even necessarily
if she
pro.
don't, if not just she, but like if they don't like Rimshee, they sure as fuck ain't gonna like me.
Yeah,
Actually,
she
no, I
doesn't
think-
like
I
me
think
for
there's
other
something-
reasons, I'm sure. I think she's just
Well, no,
prejudiced
like-
against Americans for the most part.
Sense of humor is one thing, Jables, but I am easily the most disagreeable person on this podcast.
Yeah, for sure. That's fair. Oh yeah, no, there was, like there's a cunt in every server. We all know this.
Oh yeah.
I wonder if
And I
Katz
found out-
and
I
Red
found
have
out
figured it
she
out
was-
yet.
I found out she was the cunt of the server when I was she was sort of joking around, and then I was doing like the anti-joke thing, just sort of like jokingly going against her, and she responded with, "It was just a joke, Jables. What are you doing?" I'm like, "Okay, I know what this is."
All right, Karen.
Yeah. Dina, what's a bunk reason to dislike someone? The
Being
gun thing?
pro 2A.
Yeah, I wouldn't even call myself pro 2A, but I know all the arguments and I could argue the shit out of it.
Yeah. She
But
was like, you're pro-military and you're pro 2A. That's all I need to know. Jables, am I pro-military?
no.
She came to the conclusion that I'm pro-military because I spent 5 years in the Marine Corps.
Yeah. That doesn't mean shit.
You know how
Most
many vets
anti-military
are...
people I've ever met have been people that served. It's like-
Don't get me wrong. I'm not anti-military. To be clear to everyone out there, I'm not anti-military.
I
but...
said most anti-military. Doesn't mean you.
No,
are
I know what you. No, I'm making a clarification for.
It's like saying the most justified. It's not necessarily justified, but it's the most justified.
Yeah, like to be clear, I am not anti-military. But I think it'd be a stretch to say I'm pro-military.
Yeah, it's like people that serve tend to be more critical of our armed forces than people who haven't.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Because they actually understand what's happening.
Or at least have a better idea.
Yeah.
Yeah, just like, you know,
And guess who
whenever
talks to all
when
those
anybody
people?
says, like...
Yeah.
Like, the biggest one with Rimshee is, like, when dumb motherfuckers are just like, oh, they're using military issues. Like, motherfucker, I wish I had that type of tech when I was in the military. Are you shitting me?
Yeah.
Oh, they're using military grade? Oh, no issues there. They'll be fine.
Yeah.
No. Military grade steel.
If anything, you should
So
feel
it's the
sorry
cheapest.
for them.
So it's cheapest and just barely passes the requirements. Got it.
It's the Evan Williams of steel. Evan Williams is the top of the bottom shelf for whiskey. That's what the fucking military gets. The
Yeah.
Evan Williams of steel.
Just because something says government approved on it doesn't mean it's quality. It just means it passed a standard of some sort.
If I see government approved
technically-
on anything, I say fuck that shit. I'm out.
Technically it doesn't even have to pass a standard. Technically, all it has to do is come close enough that come close enough that they can look at the price and be like, that's low enough. We'll accept it.
Yeah, it's whoever gave the lowest bid for a reasonable product. That's
Or
it.
something that's somewhat like there are certain standards that absolutely have to be met. But as long as you're like 0.000000001% above that on those standards, you can be well below every other standard. And if you have the cheapest bid, 9 times out of 10, 99 times out of 100 actually, you're getting that.
So the company I work for makes a bunch of shit for the military. But that's more because we have patents and nobody can replicate our products because of the patents. That's it. Dina, are you talking about the Harry Potter server or what? 99% of the people in there are pretty chill.
Yeah.
It's just one person.
Yeah. It's one person, and there is the possibility that if she's around, other people will grab onto her coattails as she goes on a tirade.
Yeah, I've seen... Well, other people get along with her, but also keep in mind, in that server, it's a lot of inexperienced Discord users. Like, this is the only Discord server that they're in.
Inexperienced Discord users, and she basically acts as a queen bee of sorts.
Yeah. And there is a mod chat that exists there, and yes, we do talk about it. Because everybody else in that mod chat is experienced. So it's like...
I would love to be a fly on the wall of that mod chat, but I don't want that responsibility in another
Not
server.
a lot happens because nobody does anything wrong in that server. So like nothing happens in that mod chat really. We just sort of talked about
Yeah.
it briefly to just be like, hey, just something to look out for.
Like we've had the people in Jeff's server that accuse us like, oh, you're just you're just trying to flex your power, your authority. It's like, motherfucker, I didn't want this position.
Yeah. Oh yeah, and some people in Jeff's server don't understand. Nobody understands how that works, except for the mods. It's like, no.
You know,
We're regular users
Ask
until we tell you otherwise. Like,
ask Rimshee. Rimshee will tell you it took him over a year to talk me into trying out.
yeah.
Oh no,
'Cause I
you
didn't
were
wanna fucking
accepted
do it.
for a trial run. You were accepted for
Yeah.
a trial run. It took me almost a year to get you to accept that trial run was gonna be worthwhile.
Yeah. Because I didn't want to fucking do it.
Yeah. That's fine.
Everyone on the mod team wanted him to do it, though.
You're likable, sir. Admit it. Accept it.
No. I
Yeah.
refuse.
I don't know a single person that, like, legit doesn't like you.
I can think of a few people who
It's probably
would, but
because
no
I'm
one.
not a. It's probably because I'm not around enough. That's literally it.
I know some people that are like, I don't vibe with him well, but other than that,
Oh, I know a couple of people who legitimately didn't like him, but we're talking about people who were trying to remove Bar from the server.
oh yeah, those people.
I don't give a
Oh my
fuck if any of them losers didn't like me.
Yeah, it's it was the dumbest shit. It's the same as that tweet that I got. Like, this guy's a racist, and he allows racists to say the N word on his podcast. Like, okay.
I mean, like, I know of a
Whatever,
few
dude.
people who are still in the server that don't like me. Just because of interactions that I've had with them in debate or discussion, I know that they don't like me.
All right.
Because I called them on their shit.
Let me rephrase it. I don't know anybody that straight up hates you. People don't like you. Yeah, that's fine. Whatever.
Yeah, I don't think anyone. The only people I know of that straight up hate you were the same people who were trying to get Bar removed from the mod team for what was it? Anti-LGBT views when he posted that picture of a sign in Manchester's gay quarter or whatever it was.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Which is fucking wild to me because I did not participate in that at all.
Yeah.
Oh, I'm not saying that they.
I wasn't even hardly around.
I get an extreme vibe that one the cunt of the server in that Harry Potter Discord, she does not like me at all.
Oh, I guarantee it, because you're American.
Yeah, but I also get the vibe that she's not going to speak out about it because I get along with the owner of the server and everybody else so well.
Mhm.
So it's like,
Yeah, it's purely for self-preservation purposes.
Yeah.
yeah, and we do our little book club meetups, and she's there, and I joke around with her and stuff. Like, I don't think she knows that I know.
Yeah, you just get the intense vibe that whenever you're not around, or she just like sees you, she's like, God, why is that motherfucker here?
Yeah,
Yeah.
I get that vibe entirely.
Why do
I
they
first showed up
stay?
and I'm making jokes about my time in the Marine Corps. Like how, oh, it's barracks life, oh, this, that, the other thing. Just talking shit about the military life. Talking shit about military life. Not saying, oh, this is a good thing. Just talking shit about it. And she suddenly turns on me saying shit like, oh, just like, I forget what exactly she said, but she was just being very dismissive and bitch-like. We'll go with that. She was being very bitch-like.
Well, like, she literally pulled the, you said a thing, and that is all I need to know about you.
She
She
literally
literally
said
pulled
that.
that. Like, wow.
Yeah, it's not like people can be dynamic or anything like that.
Not like people could say shit that they don't mean.
Yeah, it's not like
It's not
I was
like people.
you revealed one trait, and I can judge your entire character in perpetuity because of that.
Yeah.
yeah.
To be
it's
fair,
not like,
that trait is something that you can. That one trait of judging people based on one trait is probably the one trait that you can judge someone on if they reveal it on its own.
Yeah.
Don't get
That
me
says
wrong.
a lot about you.
Yeah. I think that may be the one trait. I could be wrong. There could be other traits where, oh, you said this, I can judge you entirely on that. But for the most part, I can judge you based on this one thing you've said. I know entirely who you are based on this one thing you've said. No, that means I can judge you based on that statement.
There's
yeah,
a massive self-report on your character.
Yeah. I'm only pro Second Amendment because I understand the reality of what the U.S. is.
Yeah,
That's it.
I'm in a similar position. I understand the reality of what the intent behind it was, and I kind of agree with it.
Yeah, I just understand what reality is. It's like, if we could get rid of all guns and all of existence, sure.
Yeah, the fact that the chances of that happening though are so slim to none.
Impossible. Yeah, it's not. So I
functionally impossible.
Yeah, and even then, it still wouldn't address the fundamental human proclivity for violence.
Yeah.
Yeah, ultimately, the human proclivity for violence is what you have an issue with, not firearms.
Yeah, it's because of where you live. Yeah, she seems like the type of person that has lived in a city all of her life and has never
she
interacted
claims
with anybody.
She claims to be
really.
a pacifist, which, if you're a pacifist, cool. But she acts as though that gives her justification for judging others.
No. I'm a pacifist.
I'm better than you because I'm a pacifist. Yeah, I'm anti-violence, but I the only reason I'm not a pacifist is because I know there are times violence is required.
Yeah.
For example,
yeah, but I will try every other route to avoid the violence. But sometimes violence is necessary. That doesn't mean you're not a pacifist.
Hell, there may be a non-violent option to get out of certain scenarios, but sometimes the scenario doesn't give you the ability to think through clearly enough to find that non-violent solution.
To make a distinction, there are what are called pacifists, and then there are pure pacifists. A pure pacifist will not act even when acted upon. Period.
That's just
those
retarded.
are few and far between. Yes, I don't agree with those people. It's just like, sometimes it's okay.
You still need to have a sense of self-preservation.
Yeah.
And the preservation of your loved ones. It's not...
There are some people, though, that have argued, and, everybody can argue it until it actually happens to you, but...
Yeah.
But yeah, it's like, if you're not even going to retaliate against somebody because you're afraid that you might kill somebody in defense of your own life, you got some issues.
Now, let me make this entirely clear. I am willing to enact violence. I just try to avoid it.
Yeah, I don't want to get into a confrontation with anybody if I can avoid it.
It's just like how there's a difference between peaceful and harmless. Most people say, oh, I'm a peaceful man. I wouldn't do that. Being a peaceful person means that you're capable of stuff. You're just not likely to. You're not going to just do it. Being a harmless person, I wouldn't do that.
I kind of disagree with you on that. Because I would categorize myself as harmless. Maybe, I don't know.
No, because just by the nature of being human, you are capable of harm.
Yeah, but there are plenty of people out there who, I mean, they're capable of harm, but they're not capable of harm.
Yeah. I don't know. Even when people have tried to fight me, I just did blocks. And then choked them out. It's not...
You choked him out. That's not being harmless.
I don't like punching people.
I don't like punching people either.
It feels gross to me.
Oh, I always feel weak with a punch.
Yeah. But I can just choke you out. You'll be asleep for a little bit. Like, I technically didn't do any harm.
In the same token, though, it's just like, that's one of those things where, like, if you fuck it up, it's just like, oh, we've gone from harm to murder.
No, if you're paying attention to what you're doing, you know the difference between they're still awake and now they're asleep. You let go once they fall asleep. It's that easy.
In the heat of the moment, it is harder to tell the difference, though. So
okay, but,
it's still not for
like,
it's still not for someone to just. It's not a foolproof way to be like, oh, I'm just gonna knock him out. I'm not gonna kill him, because too many people will go, oh, he's still struggling. You can tell he's still awake. He's still struggling. No, he's asleep. His body's just reacting.
I've been doing like wrestling and other sorts of jiu-jitsu adjacent sort of shit since I was like 5 years old. So it's like, I don't know, it's kind of ingrained to me to know when to just stop.
But yeah.
That's,
you know, as far
I'm not
as
saying everybody has that. I'm just saying, like, it's been such a massive part of my life that
it's referred to as, when people, like, you know, say choke out, it's like what they're talking about is a blood choke.
Yeah. Yeah, I'd never do an air choke. That's
first off,
goes
that's
to everybody for
temporarily
BDSM.
cut off blood flow to the brain, and the brain goes into sleepy mode because of reduced oxygen flow.
Yeah, that goes to everybody in BDSM as well. Choking is not the throat.
Yeah.
It's the sides. I don't know how many times I've had to say that on the show.
I mean, we've got a couple of people here who have experience and like know things about it. It's just like, yes, be extremely careful with your fetish.
I don't have experience. I just know things about it because I'm a curious guy and I ask a lot of questions.
Well, that's why I said has experience or knows things about.
Also,
granted, I don't have a lot of experience.
Fuck 50 Shades of Grey. Don't use zip ties. Do not use zip ties ever.
God damn it! No, this can cause permanent fucking nerve damage.
Yeah, and they're a lot harder to get off than you think. Never use zip ties.
There's
Even
a
the
reason
ones that have the release thing. Sometimes that can get broken really easily because it's a very thin piece of plastic. Never use
There's
zip
a
ties.
reason.
I don't care.
There's a reason that.
I don't care if you saw it in bondage porn, because it does happen in bondage porn sometimes. Those people are professionals. They know what they're doing. And even then, I still recommend that they don't use them.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't
on
like
top
that
of that, when you're using zip ties as handcuffs, There's a specific type called a flexi cuff. It is a zip tie. It's used as handcuffs, but it's designed for the purpose. They're fucking wide.
Yeah, they're wide and they're a little bit more flexible.
Yeah.
Yeah, zip cuffs are specifically designed for situations where, you know, police have to get a lot of people secured at once.
Yeah. Yeah, Dina has
You
it
usually
right.
see them come out during riot situations.
Dina has it right. Leather cuffs, because they're really wide and they're soft and they're not going to hurt you.
Heck, you can even get away with standard handcuffs as long as you apply them right.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, even flexi cuffs are not meant for any sort of play situation. Those can still cause damage. And they're intended for that use.
Yeah.
Like I said, the thing with flexi cuffs is they usually come out in like riot situations where police have to detain a lot of people quickly.
Mm-hmm.
They can also come out in the
They're not meant to
military.
be
That's
kept
how I
on
have
for
experience
long
with them.
Periods.
Yeah.
They're not the
I've had
first
'em-
thing that you go for.
No,
This has
I've
been
applied
your
them to
sex
people,
safety
and I've had them
PSA
applied to
from the
me.
Lesser Saints Discord.
I've had flexi cuffs applied to me, and I've applied them to other people.
Yep.
They are not fun. You definitely don't want to struggle once you have them on.
Yeah,
There's
no, if
also
you
a difference
value
between
your
a stun
fucking
gun and a taser.
motor function in your fingers. Yeah. One of them's gonna make you a lot more sorry.
Mm-hmm. Did you guys ever see
Yeah.
that video of that chick that that tases her clit to get off?
No, I haven't. And the Marine in me is now very curious.
Of course, like most actual tasers also have a dry stun function where you can like put it up against somebody.
Yeah, tasers are stun guns with range. That's the best way to describe the difference.
Yeah.
And the thing is like a lot of stupid people anyway, are just like, oh my god, why did they just use a taser? It's like, first of all, tasers don't always work. Second of all, tasers are less than lethal. Keyword there, less than. A taser can still kill you.
It's
very
it's
easily.
It's the same argument as why didn't you shoot him in the leg? Well, there's a lot of arteries there for one thing.
Yeah, that's a very bleedy section of the body.
Yeah, especially
like,
in the thigh.
If you fuck up and I was gonna say, it's like if you fuck up and shoot somebody in the thigh in the wrong area, that guy's dead 2 minutes or less.
Yeah.
Like, oh yeah, I shot him in the leg and I hit his fucking femur and it shattered and severed his fucking femoral.
Yeah. Yeah, like, I'd rather be shot in the gut. I know it's gonna suck.
Yeah.
But I probably I have a
get
higher
shot.
likelihood to live.
Period. Like, if you can avoid getting shot, don't get shot. Getting shot sucks.
Yeah. I've been avoiding it for almost 31 years. My birthday's on Wednesday.
Hey!
Yeah. Yeah, almost
Happy
31
early
years. I
birthday,
haven't been
Jables.
shot. I've had a lot of guns pulled on me, though, throughout my life.
Yeah,
Both
like,
by cops
you were
and
telling
by
us not too long
shitty people.
ago. You were telling us not too long ago about how the gun came out of the fucking pizza place. It's like, oh.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, that was wild. That did not need to happen at all.
You're like, okay, hey guys, let's break this. Never mind, I'm walking away.
No, it was a very much keep an eye on his hands. I'm more afraid of knives than I am of guns.
Well, yeah,
'Cause if you-
because depending on the situation, you have less time to react.
Mhm. Also, with guns, bullets only shoot one direction.
And, you know,
And
that's the thing. Is like they've measured it. Like if the amount of ground your average guy with a knife can cover in the time it would take an officer to draw their firearm is about 14 feet.
Rimshee, are you watching the
So, like,
crossword stream?
No, I'm not watching the crossword stream.
Okay, just check.
which is why whenever there's
That
a
was in
guy
Discord.
wandering around,
Okay. No, that was
that's why
Twitch.
whenever there's a guy wandering around with a knife, most of the time, cops will have their lethal drawn instead of the taser. Because if the guy takes a run at you, you only have a limited amount of time to end that threat.
I think cops should be trained better in hand to hand.
Nah,
Also,
man,
14
I'm not taking
feet is
my
not-
chances with a knife.
14 feet is
Yeah.
not exactly accurate. 21 feet is the commonly looked at distance. But,
That's what it is.
yeah. And they have tested it. There are ways to reduce that distance, technically speaking, give you more time at 21 feet so that you can defeat, but it's all about creating more distance.
The other
Yeah.
thing about knives is if you're trying to disarm somebody with a knife, you're going to get cut. If you try to disarm somebody with a gun, you might get shot. There's a maybe in there. But yeah, fucking knives scare the shit out of me.
Yeah, it's like, people like, he was just holding a knife. Knives are lethal fucking weapons, man.
Mm-hmm.
If you're a cop and some lunatic charges you with a knife, prepare to get ventilated. And you deserved it.
Oh yeah, I have a buddy years and years ago. He used to train Canadian Special Forces in like hand-to-hand combat stuff.
Mm-hmm.
And one night he was at the gas station. Somebody came up to him with a knife and asked him for some money. He was like, "Hey, I don't have any money. Just put it in my tank." And the guy started going to like stab him and slash at him and shit. And so, as a person that knows what the fuck they're doing, he did take the knife
Oh
away,
my
but his arms were cut the
God.
fuck up.
Yeah,
'Cause he was
in a
blind.
knife fight, you're gonna get cut.
Yeah.
Period.
Yeah, and he did get the knife away from the guy. And unfortunate, well, depends on how you look at it.
The only way you're gonna avoid getting cut is in a knife fight is if you bring a gun to it.
The only way you're gonna avoid getting cut in a knife fight is no. I don't think a gun even matters. You have to be wearing armor. That's
Yeah, honestly, the only way you're gonna avoid getting cut is being prepared ahead of time. Armor, a firearm, something like that.
yeah.
But with the firearm,
literally,
that
like,
includes
even if you
having
don't-
distance.
Even if you don't get killed in a knife fight, like, you can still be permanently fucking damaged by that shit.
Yeah, but the trick is when you're going up against a knife, know where it's okay to get cut.
Or less bad.
Yeah. That's why I mean by okay, because it's less bad. And a lot
Well,
of
less
that-
bad
a
and
lot of that
okay
is,
have
like,
very
right-
different meanings.
A lot of that is right here.
Yeah.
So you're gonna get this cut the fuck up. But
You're
yeah.
gonna need stitches.
Yeah.
You're gonna need medical care.
Protect your fucking legs.
But these areas right here, these aren't going to necessarily cause permanent damage.
The front of your shins you might also be okay with. Might.
Yeah. Yes, Dina, not being in a knife fight is the best way to not get cut. You're right.
That's why we're saying the best way to avoid getting cut in a knife fight.
Yeah.
The best option is to avoid it altogether.
Yeah. Just don't get involved. Just fucking. Yeah.
Or
But shit
as you said, like
happens.
if you have gun and other guy decides it's time for knife fight, shoot guy that decided it's time for knife fight.
Well, it's like when that one guy tried to mug me. I was just walking home from the store, and I was on the phone with my mom, just chatting. And this guy just was like, "Hey, give me your beer." No, fuck off. And mugging happens. Attempted mugging happens. Yeah. So. I wasn't looking for trouble. I was having a nice chat with my mom, just walking home from the store.
Yeah, you can't always avoid it.
Yeah.
This is why some paranoid fucks started walking around with chainmail shirts underneath their regular
Yeah,
clothing.
I don't necessarily disagree with that. Go for it. I know some people that line their jackets with Kevlar.
No, I get that, but like some paranoid fucks started walking around. This was before Kevlar became an anti-knife tool. They started walking around with like shitty chainmail shirts underneath their regular shirts. The kind of stuff that's this is really only for cosplay, because you try and put something through it, it's just gonna open the fuck up.
Yeah, all those rings, they would pinch so much hairs. Oh, I don't like that.
It wasn't the bottom layer, but it also wasn't the top layer.
Okay. Yeah. I mean, yeah, Dina. Sorry about that. I'm so glad I don't work with the public anymore.
Yeah. Well, you can always do like Shad Diversity. Just get yourself a Gamberson.
Huh?
Gambersons. Cloth armor.
A
Yeah,
lot
no,
more protective than people like to think.
Yeah, very flexible too.
So, every year at my job, I have to go through like active shooter training, as they call it. What to do if there's an active shooter? And I'm just like in this room by myself with only one door, and I'm like, should I run outside or should I barricade the door? I still don't know yet. I've been debating it.
The thing is, like, with you being in an enclosed room, a lot of the times, just like, would they even know I'm here?
Yeah, that's the other factor.
If I just don't make any noise, would they even come this way?
Yeah, I've already found some places to hide and shit. So. I'll just turn the light off and just like hide. Oh, looks like Jables wasn't here today. Okay. I'll go.
I mean, like, they just like if the lights are off, they just open the door, and like most of the time they're not doing like professional sweeps because, let's be honest, most people that shoot places up are really shit with guns.
Yeah, if I were to shoot a place up, I'd be so fucking good at it. It's...
It was like, oh my god, like high capacity magazines. It's like, that's just compensating for the fact that most of these people can't hit anything.
Yeah. Even in the Christchurch shooting, that guy missed so many shots.
Yeah, because contrary to popular belief, Call of Duty is not training.
Not even close.
Yeah. Oh, did you guys see that?
I love those fucking arguments.
Did you guys see that video of the guy that lit himself on fire? You know,
I haven't watched it,
Yeah.
but he's some Air Force turd. I mean, the things
Yeah.
people will do to get out of duty.
He's already in the chair for
It's
it.
chair force, man. It's like, how hard could you possibly have to work?
Yeah, I've seen a lot of shit on the internet. I would rather watch a beheading than watch that video again.
Yeah, it's not pleasant when you see somebody like they decide like, this is my course of action, and then immediately had the realization of how badly they fucked up.
No, he was fully committed. He stayed up for a long time yelling "Free Palestine." Like, a very uncomfortable amount of time. Yeah. No, that guy was...
I mean, he may have been committed, but I don't give... You're stupid. What you did was fucking stupid.
Yeah.
He was a bitch about it.
Well, also, it's like, if you look at a lot of the posts and the communities that he was involved in, like, I understand that he really believed it in what he was doing. He just didn't, like, branch out and talk to anybody outside of his circles that were pro-Palestine, which is dumb.
Yeah.
On that note,
You
I hope his
accomplished
family's doing okay.
nothing. Yeah, I feel bad for the family, but as for the dude in question, you're a fucking idiot and you accomplished nothing.
Yeah.
Your actions were entirely fucking meaningless. Good job.
Oh, absolutely.
Yeah, because I was looking through a lot of the stuff, and it's like, within his circles, he totally believed that nobody on Earth was talking about the pro-Palestine side, and it was just wrong. He was just stuck in like an echo chamber. Like, why do only we know about this?
You don't, dude.
Yeah, he was doing. Yeah, he thought he was being a voice for the voiceless, but he just talked to somebody else.
Yeah, it's like, just visit any college campus if you want to find a bunch of other mouth-breathing morons, I should say.
Yeah, I like somebody.
Yeah, everyone breathes air.
I was walking to the store. It was like a week or two ago, and I started to see a lot of "Free Palestine from the river to the sea" posters, and then I saw the person that was actually posting them. Blonde-haired, white, college-age chick. You don't know what "to the river to the sea" means. From the river to the sea means.
Typical
That's like-
know-nothing white bitch. Typical know-nothing white bitch.
Yeah, it's I'm not making a stance on the situation over there because it's really fucking complicated, and that would take us
Yeah.
12 hours.
Yeah, if
to
you want
really talk about
if you want me to condense my thoughts down into one very specific term, one very specific easy to digest statement, you won't like the answer no matter who you are.
Oh,
Mm-hmm.
I have one sentence that can describe it. Y'all got some shit to work out. That's it. Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Yeah.
that's been a show, I think.
Yeah, that's been a show. Thank you, Dina, for joining us.
Thank you to whoever watches this on VOD.
Yeah. Yeah, thank you to everybody who watches this on YouTube. By the way, views been way up since we went on camera.
I don't know. Apparently
Yeah.
the girls in the mod team think it's because I'm attractive, but I mean, look at me. They're obviously wrong.
Well, you're a little cutie patootie.
Anyway, again, happy early birthday to the Jables.
Thank you.
Yeah, that
And
thing.
maybe we can talk about Dune next week, because I'm going to see it on Tuesday.
All right.
I still haven't seen the first one.
Me neither.
It was alright.
Everyone.
I had problems with it.
Anyways, let's end the stream. We can keep talking afterwards.
Later!
With Congress controlled by